2025 is shaping up to be the year indie studios stop playing nice and start swinging big with AAA-sized punches, this time in full VR glory. Forget pixelated caves and low-poly walking sims. These upcoming titles are cranking up the immersion with cinematic worlds, wild physics, and mechanics that'll melt your headset and your brain. From cosmic roguelikes to surreal dreamscapes and straight-up gladiator mayhem, these games will make sure you never touch flat gaming again. Let's dive into 10 mind-blowing VR indies landing in 2025.
I don't know. What happened?
I hope you can hear this. Need to get out there quickly. It's dangerous.
Hey, listen. What the hell is going on?
Of Lies and Rain VR. You'll step into a world where everything feels like a half-remembered dream soaked in secrets. And rain, lots of it. As you awaken in a gloomy, crumbling town with no memory and a trench coat soaked in mystery, it won't take long before your detective instincts kick in. Strange voices whisper from shadowy corners. The buildings seem to breathe, and nobody's giving you a straight answer. Sounds like a totally normal Tuesday, right? Gameplay will lean hard into immersive exploration, puzzle solving, and story-rich interaction, with the kind of first-person VR tension that makes you paranoid about what's behind every creaky door. The opening level alone promises nearly an hour of mystery-soaked intrigue. You'll interrogate unreliable NPCs, investigate bizarre anomalies, and unravel a story tangled in deception, forgotten memories, and eerie atmosphere. Think noir thriller meets psychological mystery, but you're holding the flashlight and no one's telling the truth. This one's being handcrafted by just 5 brave devs who clearly don't sleep, and that personal touch will drip from every rain-slicked rooftop. When it finally launches in 2025, get ready to solve a mystery that may just be solving you back. Bring an umbrella and some trust issues. Reach. In this one, you'll be yanked into a broken reality where timelines clash like bad roommates and reality glitches harder than a beta multiplayer lobby. And in the middle of all that mess, you, just some poor soul accidentally gifted with powers that definitely didn't come with an instruction manual. Welcome to the ultimate cinematic VR roller coaster, where mythology, sci-fi, and raw survival will mash together like peanut butter and dimensional jelly. Once your feet hit the digital dirt, full body awareness will have you flinching, ducking, and maybe even attempting parkour you wouldn't dare try in real life. You'll vault over ledges, zip line through temple ruins, and scale towering cliffs like VR's answer to a multiversal Lara Croft. The world? Oh, it'll be packed with secrets, ancient creatures that shouldn't exist, and probably a few sentient rocks with opinions. Combat will be sharp and improvisational. No more wave-based, wait your turn nonsense. Expect dynamic fights where you control every motion, punch, dodge, and slam your way through beautifully animated encounters that demand brains, reflexes, and maybe some backup sweatbands. With legendary VR devs behind it, this journey will be as immersive as falling into a wormhole with better graphics. Prepare for a leap you won't forget.
Survive.
Thief VR Legacy of Shadow. How about a game that drops you into a city where the shadows are deeper than your morals and the rooftops feel more like home than your own bed? Playing as a street-hardened thief with the unfortunate nickname of Magpie, you'll slink through a steampunk metropolis ruled by a dictator who probably irons his cape with fire and fear. But this won't be just another loot and scoot gig, because you'll stumble upon an artifact that rewrites everything, including your purpose. Gameplay will embrace the art of sneaky business to the fullest. You'll pickpocket grumpy guards mid-sentence, slide through tight alleys like a ghost in leather boots, and scale gothic rooftops with motion-based finesse. And yes, that iconic lock-picking mechanic? It'll get a delicious VR upgrade that makes every heist feel like an Olympic sport for your hands. You'll use precision VR archery to distract, disable, or silently ruin someone's night. Whether you're luring patrols into alleyway traps or bypassing laser-like patrol routes with ninja-tier stealth, the game will reward brains over brawn. For fans of freedom, every mission will offer branching approaches, ghost through undetected, or leave behind a trail of regrets in shadow form. In 2025, the shadows will become your greatest ally. Wrath Aeon of Ruin VR. In this next upcoming game, you'll awaken on the edge of the world, washed up like yesterday's regrets, only to be greeted by a mysterious white-cloaked figure who's got one job for you. Hunt down cosmic horrors across a realm that's crumbling like a haunted shortbread cookie. Welcome to a VR shooter, where the soul of the 90s is lovingly ripped out of a CRT monitor and injected straight into your headset, with more gore, grit, and gothic grandeur than your childhood LAN parties ever dreamed of. You'll charge through corrupted temples, crumbling crypts, and forests that shriek more than your controller during a firmware update. Armed to the teeth with brutal VR weapons, dual blades, rune-spitting cannons, throwable artifacts. You'll dual-wield your way through twisted abominations that don't believe in fair fights or personal space. The redesigned melee system will make every slash feel satisfyingly violent, while physical reloading and weapon wheels will keep both your brain and your arms busy.
We don't know where our children will put down roots.
Dreams of Another. Can you imagine floating through an ethereal realm where blasting something to bits doesn't tear it down? It builds the world around you? Yeah, that's the deal here. Every shot you fire won't leave destruction behind. It'll blossom new terrain, paths, and wild geometry sculpted out of pure imagination and point cloud wizardry. You'll follow two wildly different figures. A man in pajamas who looks like he wandered out of a bedtime story, and a wandering soldier with a past made of fog and fractured memory. As they roam through this bizarrely beautiful dimension, you'll unravel poetic narratives through sentient objects that won't shut up. And thankfully, you won't want them to. Lamps will drop life advice, sofas will whisper social critiques, and every conversation will feel like therapy as written by a stand-up philosopher. Gameplay is likely to mix third-person shooter mechanics with experimental world-building, giving you tools that don't just alter the environment, but literally dream it into existence. This one is a moving painting that mutters profound thoughts while tickling your weird side. Get ready to shoot reality into shape. Gunman contracts stand alone. Playing as a cold-blooded pro, with more precision than a Swiss watch at gunpoint, you'll be mowing down goons in slow-mo sequences, straight out of a gritty VHS action flick. This isn't a world for the faint-hearted. It's for those who solve problems with bullets, not backup. Your mission hub, a grimy base of operations where you'll select new gigs like pulling items off a revenge-filled grocery list. From rescuing hostages to taking down mob bosses, each contract will be its own brutal set piece, filled with pulse-pounding gunfights and cinematic violence worthy of an R-rated John Wick tribute album. You'll use pistols, shotguns, knives, rifles, and yes, even a bow and arrow, because sometimes justice needs flair. Built off the legacy of its iconic Half-Life Alyx mods, this new standalone experience will be lovingly upgraded with new missions, weapons and challenges, all tailored for VR mayhem. It'll launch in early access, a bit raw and rugged, just like the world it throws you into. In 2025, being a one-man justice system will never feel so right or so ridiculously cool. Roboquest VR. Prepare to tear across a VR battlefield that refuses to stay still. You'll sprint, wall run, jump gaps like a caffeinated kangaroo, and slide through laser grids in gloriously fluid motion. Every arena will feel like a playground of chaos, where your playground pals happen to be carrying chain guns and bad attitude. Over 100 weapons will be waiting. Bouncing between flamethrowers, dual pistols, and ninja stars will feel as natural as breathing fire with style. Each run will change up the enemy encounters and map layouts, throwing new curveballs. So often you'll feel like you're fighting in a robot circus, blindfolded. You'll customize your build into a walking tank, stealth assassin, or pure explosion on legs. And yes, you'll bring a friend, because co-op is in and synchronized chaos is twice the fun. GORN 2. You'll be back in the arena, shirtless, juiced up, and armed with more bone-crushing toys than a mythological warlord on cheat codes. This time, the blood-splattered circus of chaos won't just be confined to one coliseum. You'll brawl across heavenly realms, where every fight is a divine mess of flying limbs, splintered weapons, and questionable life choices. Combat will feel like pure physics-based madness, cranked to 11. With 35 gloriously absurd weapons, from saw-bladed knuckles to hammers that probably break time itself, you'll paint the arena red while laughing like a gladiator possessed. The new traps? Oh, they'll love you. Spinning blades, falling spikes, and whatever cruel nonsense the gods cooked up will test your reflexes harder than your high school math teacher ever did. You'll face down the 5 sons of the god of the afterlife, each serving up their own deadly flavor of boss-level beatdown. When that's done, there's endless mode for the insane, and custom mode for the even more insane, where you'll build dream arenas of doom and turn every encounter into a personalized slaughterhouse. Guard salvation. You'll be the commander with the best seat, hovering above alien terrain while hurling down turret just like a caffeine-fueled god of war. The planet's in total chaos. Terraforming machines have gone rogue under the control of a mysterious enemy. And now it's your job to stop a full-blown mechanical apocalypse across 30 levels of beautifully scorched planetary battlefields. This is a full-on galactic chess match with explosions. You'll build turrets, upgrade drones, deploy harvesters, and manage resources with ruthless efficiency, all while under siege from AI enemies that learn faster than your ex during an argument. The enemies will evolve tactics mid-battle, so camping in one spot? Not gonna cut it. You'll have to move, adapt, and slap down new defenses with split-second precision. Want to zoom into the action? You'll physically descend into the battlefield, shrink down into the chaos, and start tossing super weapons like candy at a robot parade. From flamethrower towers to missile launchers that sing lullabies of doom, every weapon will feel handcrafted for beautiful destruction.
You thought you could contain me. You thought yourselves gods. So I gave you a gift.
BlackGate. As one of 4 unlucky engineers, your job here will be to fix the power grid, reboot systems, and desperately not die, while an evolving alien menace stalks you through the metallic halls like a very hungry rumour. You won't just be running around pressing buttons. Each player will hold a role, and if someone messes up their part, well, that's lunch for the 5th player, because lurking in the shadows is the 5th player, starting as a wriggly little parasite with dreams of grandeur, one nibble at an engineer later, and they'll begin transforming into a high-speed, murder-happy alien with thermal vision and a serious vendetta. By the time they reach final form, they'll be shrinking, slashing, and bodying humans like they forgot it's not a fighting game. The tension will rise as players unlock new areas, piece together clues, and watch their teammates drop like spaceflies. And if your flashlight flickers, don't scream, it's listening. Launching October 2nd, on Quest, this cat and mouse VR horror party will have you sweating more than an engineer at a xenomorph family reunion. And that's it. 10 upcoming indie VR games that are swinging for the AAA fences and breaking all the rules while they're at it. So if you're craving brutal arena showdowns, dreamy existential shooters, or maybe some squad-based horror where your best friend might be a parasite, 2025's got you covered. And the best part? These aren't multi-million-dollar monoliths. They're crafted by small teams with big brains and bigger ambitions. So charge up your headset, prep your motion controllers, and maybe stretch a little, because these titles are coming in hot, and they're ready to change everything you thought VR could be.